Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Geek Studios podcast. As always, the three, the three amigos, because Mike's always too busy for us. He says he's too good for us. He's signing a deal with some other podcast. He says we don't pay him enough, so
What a dick.
it's all right. We'll win him over. We'll get him some chicken and some cigarettes. He'll just come back over.
And
You know,
some whiskey.
and some whiskey. Yeah, like get him some Jack Daniels and some cigarettes. He'll come right over. But yeah, so on today's episode, we're gonna do a little bit different in the end. So we're gonna review a few movies and a few series that came out. I think for the most part they're all movies, but starting off like we normally do, we'll start off with Mr. Mess, who's here on my right. Um, what is one thing you're watching, one thing you are playing, one thing you would like to recommend, or you would like to let our listeners know?
Right now I'm actually rewatching the CW show. What's it called? The Arrow from
Oh, the
season
Arrow
one.
one.
Yeah, I'm just I've been on YouTube for a while, just going through the shorts, and I've been seeing little small clips, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me restart it. See, because I completely forgot what season I left off. So, when you forget where you left off, might as well just start the bitch from the first season.
From the beginning, yeah.
And man, I forgot how good it was. How good first season started off. It started badass. It's still badass. The first 5 seasons. I think I'm on season 5 right now. It's still good. It's still kicking ass. No, I mean I like it. The graphics look decent. They look good. Shit, everything about it's good.
Okay.
I mean,
Did
it's
you just
just
say the graphics of a
yeah,
like?
because right now I think I'm on episode. I just finished episode 1 of season 5, and now the CGI. He started. They're starting to do a little more CGI effects when he's shooting the arrow and shit like that. So you see a little more
Oh,
CGI effects and shit. So I'm
wait,
a
but I
little
thought the goal is not to see the CGI.
yeah, but
I mean,
but
of
the
course, you could
but
see the CGI.
yeah, they're showing a little more CGI effects.
Not
I
everybody
don't.
has the same budget as the Mighty Morphin
Mm-hmm.
Power Rangers movie to get that
It's
crisp
uh,
CGI.
it's like the same thing. It's like the same thing with well, I mean.
I think it's so right. You have to understand, right? It's CGI for a TV series, which is they do not have the same budget as a movie budget for CGI. So it's usually the TV series CGI is very cringy. I haven't seen Arrow all the way through. I know I did see some of that cringy and for example Supergirl in Flash. Like
Yeah,
it started getting really cringy where you're like,
and then they gotta maintain. They gotta maintain. They have a certain amount of budget for the whole season. They have like what 24, 23 episodes per season, so they gotta know how to
Yeah,
waste
budget the
enough
money.
amount. Yeah, budget their money within each episode. So see how they could.
all right, I got a challenge for you, Dopey.
Yes, sir.
What would be one thing you would change for what you would change about the show to make it better?
For Arrow.
Yes.
No, another show. We just talked
Uh,
about Arrow.
no, 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 no. I'll probably put in Red Arrow a little more arsenal. Keep them in longer, cause they only had them in for like basically season 2. Then they kind of wrote them off. They wrote them off for a while. Thea Queen, she's a badass. Laurel Lance, Dinah Lance, the supposedly main love interest for fucking what's it called, Oliver Queen. It's not even the
Yeah,
main love interest. That was kind of a bummer, and she had absolutely no fucking training, but she's over here fighting head to head with some fucking some assassins. I'm like, well, how the fuck does that happen? She should have gotten her ass killed, from the get go. So there's some inconsistencies in the storylines, but it's whatever.
So you're saying the
There's some
change that you will
inconsistencies.
make is to the writers to better create a better storyline.
Definitely. Because I mean, even to the people who are not, what's it called, who don't understand, who don't even read the comics, you could automatically see the inconsistencies. Like this brand new green
So
person who just barely started, what's it called, crime fighting, go against a prime fighter that's an assassin and just absolutely dog whoop the shit out of him.
so here's what I heard about Green Arrow. Like, so I did watch it, and what I'm about to say is something that I heard from another. I think it was like a YouTube or a reel or something I was watching, but they was essentially saying that Green Arrow is a bat. It was supposed to be Batman. It was supposed to be Batman, but they couldn't get the rights to Batman, so they turned it into Green Arrow, and that's why
Yeah,
they put
yeah.
him in a city. Like they was, and then they gave him like some weird villains and stuff. Long story short, like the villains and the sidekicks and the supporting characters in Green Arrow are none of them are true to the actual comics and stuff, which is I thought always hilarious. It's like,
Some of them are, some of them are. Don't get me wrong,
yeah,
some of them are. But for example, Ra's al Ghul for once, Ra's al Ghul, he's season three's big baddie in
yeah, but
season
when did
three.
Green Arrow ever
Yeah,
fight? Great,
yeah, he's not
he's a
the
Batman villain.
he's a main Batman villain, but they
That's
put him
the
for he put
that's what
and
I'm trying to say. Essentially,
it's
is
something it's something
if
that
they
you could look. It's something that you could just ignore, be like, okay, just for story wise. But yeah, for a comic book fan, you will definitely look at it, be like,
it's whack.
it's kind of a like a little nick at your neck, be like, I like, so nitpick, but you could
Yeah.
definitely
So
whatever. But
in the comics, Green Arrow did fight Ra's al Ghul, and he did
the
beat
main
him.
villain, but the
Well,
main
no, no.
villain, like the heir to what's it called,
Was
the heir to the demon.
as it was put in the I can't even remember the HBO show for with John Cena. What was the show?
Oh,
Oh,
HBO
uh,
Peacemaker. As it
Peacemaker.
was put in Peacemaker, was Ra's al Ghul a part of his rogues gallery? Peacemaker didn't have a rogues gallery. He didn't have a list of villains to fight.
no, he just killed everybody. That's you just put him down. He said it. That's why I don't have a rogue, because I just put him down. Bah! That's it. But nah, yeah, but that was the only thing, because yeah, like Ernest said, it's true. They wanted to make Green Arrow the next Ra's al Ghul, which is technically that's what Ra's al Ghul wanted Batman to be, the
I
next
remember that
heir, the
conversation.
next demon head.
Mhm.
That's the only thing they switched over. That's the only there's some inconsistencies, but with that one, yeah, you could definitely just look over it. But besides that, I mean, the show's pretty alright. It's
Okay.
good. I mean,
All right, Mr. Pusherman. What about you? What do you got?
All right, so one thing that I'm playing is I went back to my roots of Final Fantasy and I got the first 6 games in the Final Fantasy series. So I am spending time replaying the series. I will play the entire series from 1 all the way up until 14 because 14 and 15 go online and that's a continuous thing and it's very hard to like just get it, play the story mode, and then quit playing. Like if you're gonna commit to 14 and 15, you got to commit to it. Those are it's constant DLC, constant updates, and things like that. So their storylines go far beyond a basic 8-bit game. But that's what I'm playing. What have you been watching?
Now, I got a question. So you got them as a bundle right now, right?
Yes, they are bundled. Um, game Final Fantasy 1 through 6 are current right now bundled on the PlayStation Store for about $70.
Okay.
oh,
Now,
not bad.
so would you recommend for people to go and get it? Like, so
Oh, absolutely.
in a
So
duration, like right now, for example, like let's say somebody that's listening that has never played it, maybe they played the new ones, maybe they haven't played it at all. Like, is it something that would be worth investing for them?
I would definitely say yeah. So for me, it was a lot of nostalgia, but even in checking out that nostalgia part of being able to go back and play the 1 and 2, it's still a great bundle. It's the first 6 games in a 15 game. Actually, I feel like they have way more than 15 games right now. They're only at 15, but then that's not counting Type Zero. That's not counting 10-2. That's not counting a lot of the subcategories for Final Fantasy. But yes, to see where it all started, to be able to play and get some of that knowledge base up here it was, here it is, being able to still craft and do everything from the beginning. It's not at the fighting style is not the same as it is today. So understand that back in the day it was role based. I mean, it was turn based fighting versus the free fighting movement that it is now.
Yeah.
Um, so it's a lot more. It's a strategical game, and it takes you back. It's still fun. I still enjoy it. I still find myself. So I have to say I've spent at least, let's say, about 6 hours into this game one already, and I can say that I've only died one time. The whole party wiped one time, and it's one of those things that you're like, yes, I can say that I never got wiped, because back in the day when you used to have that little memory card, you used
Mhm.
to
Oh yeah.
you had to playfully plug it in. I'm talking about save, save, save. I don't even need the memory card, but when I tell you, I feel myself going into the menu, and even though it auto saves, I still go into the menu and save
Oh, you have to,
it.
yeah. I
Like,
I think that's something that sticks with you, right? Like that.
yeah,
There is
once you
out of
That's
get
that.
burned
state.
once,
That's that paranoia.
Yeah,
That's that
exactly,
paranoia
bro.
right there. You know,
Bro, you
that's
you
that
have to,
PTSD
yeah.
right there. Be like, oh
yeah.
no, I don't want to
You
risk
get
it. I
burned
don't want to risk
once,
it.
you can't. Yeah, you'll never get burned again. I remember, like back in those days, before we had the memory card, because we didn't grow up rich, so we had the PlayStation, but we didn't have the memory card. We used to leave our game on for days at a time. Don't you touch it? Don't touch it at all. And then our parents used to
Bro,
get
if you
mad.
ain't
Like,
spitting
is
facts,
that game still on? Like,
my boy
we used to
decided to
turn the
wake up
TV
and
off.
Yeah, you turn off the TV. Yeah.
Don't turn off the game. We'll turn off the TV before we turn off the game. And then so we
Bro.
can turn back on the TV. It's still in that same spot. Like it
bro,
only took one time of somebody unplugging it of all our hard work, and we didn't have no throw the whole game away.
Yeah.
I'm
I was
pissed.
I
We got to
and I was
fight.
and my old man was smart. He'll know the difference between if it was still on or off. So I'll put on a shirt or something to cover the PlayStation so that he'll
Cover the
so
light.
that,
Yeah, to cover
yeah,
the
be
light.
like, nah, my guy. It's like you ain't turning this bitch off. I'm still playing. I'm still playing. I'm gonna wake up at 7 o'clock right
Right?
before
Hey,
school.
used to wake up early and so let me get a few more minutes in. Let me finish this right here.
I still got to get this grind. I still got to get these levels, bro.
Bro.
I got this.
I remember back in the day, those memory cards were gold. Like,
Gold, food. That was money. That
hell
was
yeah.
money. I could take that to school.
People sold their memory cards
Just the memory card.
with the game saved. It's like,
Yes.
hey, I got up to this level. I'm at here. Like, I haven't been able to. Like, all right, I'll sell you the memory card for like whatever was equivalent. Again, it was small amounts compared to now because we were little kids. Money did not mean the same. Right now, we would probably be like, all right, I'll give it to you 50, $100. Back in the day, you're like, hey, $10. And to us, it was like,
package will come.
hell yeah, $10 is a lot. It was like, oh,
Hell
10
yeah.
bucks, bro.
We're talking about back when chips was 25 cents. You could
25
go to the corner
cents.
store and get 100 pieces of candy for
Hell
$1.
yeah,
You can
hell
go to
yeah,
the corner
dude.
store. You can rack up with $5. Go to the corner store and make out like a king. I'm talking about
Oh,
kings and queens.
Two
Walk out
bags
with
of
arms
chips
full
with
of
a 50
stuff.
cent juice, bro. 2 bags of chips
bro,
with a 50
Not the
cent
50
juice.
cent.
the 25-cent juice, like the little hug
Yeah,
ones.
I mean the 50 cent were better, but
Yeah,
of
the 50
course,
cents were
25 cents.
better, right? Well, I
Shit,
mean,
if I had the dollar, man, I ain't carrying 2 fucking pieces of shit juices. I'm carrying the 50 cent. I'm gonna look like a baller. What?
Cause see, I feel like the 50 cent juices was the ones with the pop top that
Yeah.
yeah,
but
the bigger
the
ones,
the quarter juices was the hugs that you
the
pump
hugs,
your
yeah.
whole in, aluminum man,
Yeah.
oh man.
Which we'll do that one day. One day we'll just get nothing but hugs. We'll get
The
Ooh,
oatmeal
it
cream
has to
pies.
be. It has to be Little Caesars pizza because that's practically what we ate when we were little kids. Like I don't know about you guys. For me, it was like if it was pizza, it was Little Caesars pizza, or it was frozen pizza that you put in the oven. There was no Domino's, there was no Pizza Hut for at least that
Nah,
was
for me, it was Pizza Nova.
oh pizza. Oh,
It
yeah,
was
you
all
live by there.
no, no, no. When I used to live over there by Little Village, even over there by 26th Street, it was always Pizza Nova for me.
Really? Nah, for
Yeah,
us,
always Pizza Nova.
we used to go to the Little Caesars on Cermak. What is that? Cermak and
Hmm.
like 31st, something like that, like around there by Toys R Us.
Every now and then when we feel bougie, we'll go to Paisanos. But if
Ah,
not that, we'll go to always Pizza Nova, bro. Pizza Nova was always a shit.
I feel like
Best
we've
pizza.
been. For me, it was always Italian Fiesta or nothing.
Mm.
Italian
that
Fiesta was our go-to growing up.
okay. I'm
We
not gonna lie.
splurge, you splurge on some things, but then on other things, the church's chicken.
Oh, dude. So, well, I feel let me not keep talking
Go
about food,
for it.
right?
Nope,
No, no.
go for it.
So for me, like the church's chicken is good. I like the chicken, but the jalapeno poppers from there, or the roll, or the biscuits,
The biscuits from churches were the best.
amazing.
Like
Oh,
that,
addictive,
I feel like that was
addictive.
their selling point was like if you was going to churches, you had to get the biscuits.
Oh hell yeah.
Whereas like if you talk about Popeyes, you like you go to
Nah.
Popeyes for the chicken. You
Yeah,
go
you
there
don't go for the biscuits.
you go there for the chicken, and then KFC was just out of the store. I still say this, and I will always say this: whoever is in marketing and sales for KFC has made the stupidest move when they took away them potato wedges.
Potato
Oh,
wedges.
definitely.
KFC
Definitely.
potato wedges
Yeah.
was top of the game. Nobody was fucking with them
No.
wedges.
They
I
were.
would. Once you lost them wedges, y'all lost me.
All right. Well, all right. Let's take it back to the
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 main
topic
topic.
because it
That
was
not
like we
even
could
the
keep
topic.
going.
That's the
We could keep
intro.
going with this. This is the intro. All right. All right. All right.
Hey, we geeking about food right now. So
To finish off the intro, like for me, so I have not watched it. I have not seen this because it is not out yet. But they just dropped the hints and trailer, small trailer, and plus a whole like new teasers where you're gonna have a amazing list like Aaron Paul, uh, Kate Mara, Michael Sarah, Salma Hayek. Which for that, oh my god, I am super intrigued. They're gonna be in the new season of Black Mirror. Now, if you know me, I love Black Mirror. That is my shit. There's gonna be a new season coming out, and you have Salma Hayek in there, and you have Aaron Paul. Oh, dude, it's gonna be fucking lit,
bro, the first
Lit.
episode of Black Mirror that I've seen, that one kind of tripped me
All
the
right, right,
fuck
right,
out.
right. Skip episode one. Skip
No,
episode one.
it's too late. I already saw episode 1. That's why I
So
said that would trip me the fuck
yeah,
out.
so all
That
right, so
scarred me for fucking
skip
life, bro.
episode one. Watch
You
episode
can't,
two. What?
you can't tell me to skip
Like
it if I already saw it.
just watch. Pretend you didn't watch it and watch from
He
episode
said
two and
it's-
on.
I'm scarred for
Watch it.
life.
So
It scarred me for life.
for those that don't know, you know what? Just skip episode one because there is the story plot.
I could never
is
see the
fucking
Falcon
crazy.
like the same ever again.
It's crazy.
Was that episode 1? And his
I-
name is Mackie.
Mackie? Yeah.
Yeah, the actor. His
could
last
never
name
see the
is Mackie.
Falcon
I can't
ever-
think of his first name right now.
Oh! You're talking about the new season.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
that's the one with the video
Anthony-
game, right?
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, Anthony Mackie. You're talking about the one with the video game where
I just know after 8 Mile, that man went all the way down because
Yeah,
damn,
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
So he's talking.
No,
You know
oh,
what?
oh,
the
no,
video
that-
game one.
I thought you were talking about like the OG episode one. I was like, OG episode one, and I want to say it's episode one. There is one episode that if you watch it, you might be like, I'm not fucking watching this shit ever again, because it's an episode where they made a politician do something to a pig, and it's yes, it's pretty fucking crazy. So when I watched it, because so Cassie had to do some homework, and her homework was like you gotta watch like 1 or 2 episodes for Black Mirrors for film class or something. So like we watched 1 or 2 episodes that once she had to watch, and I was like, this shit is fucking amazing. I love this shit. I went back, started watching from the beginning. I was like, okay, skip that episode, continue to the next. They're all amazing. And I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the video game one. Now that is a crazy episode, but I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it is.
I am sure there's a lot of motherfuckers out there that would probably do that shit.
Oh, for sure.
Eh,
The
Like,
world we live in, for
oh
sure.
hell yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, bro. It's and like, but again, they're amazing episodes. A great series, and a lot of the stuff that has happened there is starting to happen now, right? Which is the scary part, because a lot of the same technology that they have in those series, we're
It's
making
starting
it.
to come out.
Yeah, it's starting to come out. So you're like, oh shit! So you could see the dark side of that technology based on the series. But yeah, I highly recommend it. That is one of the things I will recommend always. Black Bear. Uh, but now let's move on to the next part of the episode. Uh, so we're gonna do. It's gonna be a podcast with Brews and Reviews because that's usually what we go. So remember, the ranking system is in beers. It is from let's say 1 beer to 6 beers, right? Now, half points are shots. So it could be 4 beers in a shot, because it just sounds weird saying 4.5 beers, or we could do 4.5 beers. I don't care, whichever one you guys want to do it. But so we're gonna start off with let's start off kind of light. So Power Rangers. They came out with a movie, right? The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Once and Always. It had a lot of the old cast. You had Steve Cardenas, you had David Yost, which so honestly, David Yost and Walter Emanuel were like the big figures in the show or in the movie. But you also have Karen Ashley. You had Ichigo himself, Johnny Bosch, and what's it called? You had the voice of Rita, and then you had there was almost there was like little bits of other people there. Now, for those people that have not seen it, I'm sure everybody knows this, but not all of the original Power Rangers wanted to be in this, or wanted to, or could be in this project. So, for example, uh, David Frank, he wasn't in it with Tommy. Austin, he wasn't in it. He was the original Jason. Um, what's it called? What's her name? Amy, Kimberly. Like she was not in it. So, and me and Ernest were making fun of this, where like you could tell. So because when the Power Rangers are there, stuff happens. So the only ones that take off their helmet is Billy and Zach, and all the other Power Rangers leave the helmet on because they don't want to show it's other people. And what's it called? So because they weren't there, I feel like they had to build the script that they did, uh, where those, like they had to go reach out to the other Rangers that happen to be those colors. But so now, with that being said, I know Ernest has a lot to say about the movie because we were like, if you remember the old Power Rangers, like if you go watch them, you're like, damn, it's just cringy, but it's nostalgic. The acting is horrible, but fuck, it was like amazing, right? The CGI was just really bad, and you're like, okay, well the CGI got a little better, but it's still not the best, right? So I feel like it almost stays true to the original because it's still the same type of acting. They want to make it more like, hey, like let's act more. We're gonna be like have higher roles in acting, but you're just like, bro, just stop, just go,
Just stop.
just stop, man. Like I get it, I understand. it's like, bro, just I don't know. I don't know, right? So if you haven't watched it, if you've watched the old Power Rangers, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and you grew up with them, you could watch it and you'll be like, damn, I remember them, or like, damn, this is
You get
it's
some very
yeah,
nostalgic moments. It's
it's
very
very down
nostalgic.
memory lane.
Yeah, you hit. They definitely, especially so if you're a fan who watched a lot of seasons of Power Rangers, you will get rewarded. They do have Easter eggs from a lot of different Power Rangers
Oh, they
episodes and
do, they do.
seasons, um, which is it was great. It was fun. But when I tell you, I feel like they probably brought back the same writers. Like it was very, very 90s as Power Rangers. Like it was very classic. I love the fact that they even they had again they referenced the original series. They talked about the old places that they used to hang out.
Angel
Um,
Grove, yeah.
yeah, Angel Grove. They talk about Ernie's milkshakes and things like that. Like they were like all his recipes and Skull. What was it? What was it
Bulk
too?
and Skull.
Yeah, you can see they're not present, but there's pictures of them around. Um, so again, if you're paying attention, it's some nice callbacks and things like that. But the movie itself,
Bro, it's funny because Billy is like Tony Stark because
yeah,
he's like he has this big like
Enterprise.
yeah.
enterprise that's all tech, and it happens to be the Power Rangers headquarters. Like that's the
So the
building.
Power Rangers headquarters is under.
Well, it's under there, but it's that building.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's that building, but the Power Rangers headquarters is under the building, right? It's like on the bottom levels.
Yeah.
So
So and
it
it's
it's
so
funny.
weird, yeah, how they try to make that into continuity. Apparently, Billy has been helping a lot of different Rangers and providing tech and stuff for Rangers across the galaxy.
Yeah.
Um, but it's so
And
weird and
and
how he's
and
supposed to
Zach
be the
was a
smartest person.
congressman.
Yeah, and
Yeah, Zach
he's
was
a,
in Congress. He was a congressman. He was over there fighting for our rights.
a right to love. Yeah,
I feel like besides Zach, I feel like they took that kind of little story from Billy. Have you guys ever seen that little short story off YouTube where what's it called? They kill off the Power Rangers or they kidnap Kimberly or and what's it called? Tommy's trying to save her.
It,
It's a little short video. It's a little short film. It's on YouTube. It's a graphic.
I think it was Jason. No, Jason was the one trying to save her
No,
because
no, no,
I
Tommy.
think they killed Tommy.
No, 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 no.
We
Tommy's
might be
trying to
watching.
save
We might
Kimberly.
talk about a whole different one then.
yeah. I think y'all
No,
are.
no. Tommy's trying to save what's it called? Tommy's trying to save Kimberly because something, but apparently Billy got assassinated in his own building because he had a whole enterprise. While what's it called? Zach, he had a whole fitness video and
Oh
shit
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
we're talking about the same one then. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I feel like there's where they got that little inspiration for Billy, because in that little short film they had Billy as a whole enterprise, he was a multimillionaire or billionaire, I don't know what, but they did say that he was trying to help other Rangers out and shit like that.
because it's weird, right? Because it like so in some in some of the stories, it was Tommy who was like mentor to the Power Rangers, and some it was Jason who was the mentor to the Power Rangers, and like so it's weird, right? Where it's like okay, Billy is the smart one, but he's
Not
like the
not really
smartest one.
Jason. Jason was more like a rogue because if you remember, I think in Zoe, I think it was Zoe where Jason becomes the Gold Ranger.
The
They had to
Platinum,
bring his ass back.
yeah, he was the
No, it wasn't
Platinum Ranger.
Platinum. He was a Gold Ranger when he was black and
Oh,
gold.
the Black and Gold one.
Yeah, they had to bring his rogue ass back. But Tommy was always there. Tommy was like the big mentor. What's it
Yeah,
called? Tommy's always been like the big brother of the whole Power Rangers. He's always been the big brother to everybody. But
yeah,
Jason, yeah, they had to force his ass back and every now and then.
yeah. But I'm saying so with the movie, it's if you watch the
Cringe.
original Power Rangers, You can watch it, dude. It's something that you can watch. You're like, you know what you're gonna get yourself into. You know
Mhm.
it's not gonna be like a Hollywood movie. You know it's not gonna be a blockbuster movie. You know it's gonna be a. Like Ernest said, it's almost like it's the same writers, the same Rangers. Just give them money and have them make a longer episode. That's what it's like. And
Yeah,
honestly, it works. It works for what they wanted it to do. It works for with what they had, right? Not all the Rangers were able to participate. So
Like a TV
it's cool.
special.
Yeah, it's a TV special on Netflix. That's what it is. Now, Mr. Ernest, out of 6, what would you rate Power Rangers? Mighty Morphin Power Rangers once and always.
I would rate it 2 beers, no shots.
Damn, 2 beers.
Two
Okay,
beers.
I was gonna. Okay, honestly, I was gonna go down with like, all right, uh, uh, uh
And
based
that's
on
only because of
nostalgia,
nostalgia. That's only because of nostalgia.
based
That
on
it gets 2 beers.
based based on nostalgia, based on all that stuff. Uh I want to go 3, but I feel like it's one of those like, is 3 pushing it? Should it be two
Exactly.
and a half? But you know what? You went with 2. I'll go with 3. It averages out to 2.5.
That's
So
fair.
2.5 beers for Power Rangers.
I
But
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, but just by the trailer alone, I was gonna give it a 3. But now that I'm hearing about it, I'm like, shit. You know, because
So it's
that's
still
all I
worth
thought about
watching.
it.
It's
Yeah,
still
no,
worth
it's worth
definitely.
watching
watching.
to
It
for
is
your
worth
own
watching, though.
opinion. Like again, it has some great moments of pointing out history
No, that
and
that I don't doubt.
nostalgic.
Just
But like for it to stand up against today's movies, absolutely not. That's why I went straight to Netflix and not to the theaters. They did the right move there. They wouldn't have made no money.
Yeah.
it
No. Yeah. Well, I'm
would have
like,
it
there's
would
no
have
way they were
bombed the
gonna make
box
it to the
office.
movies. Yeah, yeah. There
No
was no way
way.
they
It
could
would
make
have
it.
bombed the box office for sure.
So it's
Now
definitely a smart move. Yeah.
straight to TV. I remember when that used to be a bad thing. Oh, straight to DVD. No, we
Right.
went to a straight to DVD.
Now it's straight to streaming. But hey, it's still cool, right? All right. So let me close off this tab. Boop. Let me close off this tab. Boop. Let me close off this one. All right. Let's go with the next one.
It
So
only
let's
gets
start off
better.
with Suzume. Now, me and Ernest had a little date
I
where
knew
we
you was gonna say
watched anime movies,
that.
and we went out for ramen. It was a very nice little date that we had. Uh, we had third wheel on my child. What's it called?
She's
But
the third wheel.
well, yeah, to our date, she was a third wheel. Obviously, I'm not going to tell her that. And if she hears this, you were not the third wheel. This was a
you were the third
family
wheel.
bonding time, right?
You were the third wheel.
Nah, but like, so I did tell Ernest like, hey, I have been wanting to watch this movie. Like, there's a lot of movies I've been wanting to watch. I just haven't had the time. I haven't had, like everybody, like I would ask, like, hey, let's watch this movie, let's watch that movie. That like no podían or they didn't want to. So we took advantage where like, hey, there's these 2 movies on Netflix, on Crunchyroll, which were on the episode we just talked about last time. And at the same time, I'm like, there's Suzume. I'm like, I know it's on theaters. Let's go and watch it. So first we're like, hey, let's go get ramen. So I was gonna say, hey, there's a ramen place by my house. I'm sure you've probably been there. Dopey, it's right here, 95th and Cicero.
Oh,
Uh,
definitely. Who's
yeah.
ramen?
So yeah, it was ramen. It's good, right? It's really good. But Ernest is like, no, if we're gonna go get ramen, we're gonna get real ramen. So we went downtown and we went to what was it? What was it
Strings
called?
ramen.
Caillou ramen.
Caillou
No, not
Ramen.
strings. Strings is a what
It
franchise?
it
It's a
is
franchise.
It
It's
is.
okay.
It so yeah, it is franchised. It is.
Strings is
It's
okay.
like
It's not
boot,
bad.
right?
Yeah,
But yeah, it
Strings is
is.
definitely bougie. If you want some real ramen, some really good ramen, you go to Ramen San. Ramen San is good downtown. They have two locations, one downtown and then one up north. And then this Caillou Ramen is brand new. They just opened up in Chicago maybe a few months back. I don't want to say exact month, but they haven't been here for long. Um,
You've probably seen the TikTok though, because there's TikToks.
Yeah,
They have those hexagon
the
tables that you could
honeycomb.
sit. Yeah, honeycomb ones. Where
yeah.
they're
I think
like
so.
some are higher than other ones. And you go upstairs, so it's
Yeah,
that place. Yeah,
but it's just too. I mean, going all the way to downtown. Wolves Ramen's
It
like
was worth
literally
it.
right here, so they're
it.
like,
Nah,
fuck it.
So I'll say this:
it's an experience, and it
it
was
is
worth it.
definitely a amazing experience. I was like, oh shit, like
Service was like that. Service was like that.
we
Seating was great. The
we got our
experience. We
own.
got a private booth.
Yeah, we got a private little booth with curtains and everything. So and it was cool
Exactly.
because and Ernest like, hey, I'm gonna order appetizers. I'm like, he's like, are you fine with them? I'm like, yeah, dude, whatever you want to order, we'll eat it. So he ordered like a few appetizers, but the belle of the ball was those. What is it? Squid balls?
Takoyaki.
Yeah.
But yes, it was.
Oh,
It's takoyaki, which is the actual name for it. It was bento, not bento. I'm sorry. It was bonito plates on top of takoyaki. And what takoyaki is, it's a
Squid
fried.
balls.
Yeah, it's a squid ball.
Yeah. No,
It's
I've had
octopus.
them before.
Yeah, it's just octopus inside of a fried dough. Which is really it was phenomenal. Like they, oh
I
yeah,
grew up on
no,
I grew up on seafood. My old man used to take me everywhere.
love
You
it.
know, if they sold seafood, my old man would be like, try it. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be a punk. Try it. Like, all right. Like,
yeah,
I ain't no
exactly,
bitch, I
right?
guess.
But
Like here.
yeah, so I was like, I don't care what you like. I'm finna order y'all some stuff, and we just gonna have a good time. And that's what happened. We had some takoyaki, some chasu, some bao buns. And then we had some ramen.
So
Y'all
yeah,
definitely had a date.
I'm telling you, right? And after that, like we drove straight to the theater. We went to watch Suzume. Now,
Man.
bro. So I will say this. So when wait, I don't know where you're laughing at right now.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
Where
Go
am I
ahead.
going?
No, go for it.
Because I don't even know where I'm going.
Finish what you're saying, and I'll tell you if I was right.
Oh, okay. So going to watch Suzume. Um, there was a few interesting things that happened. Um, one is it was an awkward experience for somebody in the group, and it was not me or Ernest. My child ran into somebody that they did not want to run into. It's a little strange every time you run into an ex. I'll say this. So you run into your ex. Your ex works at the theater. You're going to. It's a little awkward, right? So that happened to my child. I was like, oh shit, right? So I was like, well, I know it's awkward, but I want popcorn. So like I'm gonna go order popcorn. And Ernest was like, "Oh, don't worry, dude. I got you. Like, I'm gonna get us some drinks, this and that." I'm like, "Oh, cool." Ernest will tell you the whole story with the bartender right now. He'll sum it up because it was just a whole fucking thing.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, you are the father. Your job is to embarrass the shit out of your child.
Right.
I
So
mean,
like,
it's a given.
so I went to go.
It's a given.
I went to go get the popcorn. The dude was dropping like everything. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's just it's stuck." And I was like, "No, it's fine. Don't worry about it, dude." Like I grabbed my shit and I just left. Right. I was like, "All right, cool. I'm not here to talk to you. I just want the popcorn."
The kid
And,
was terrified. When
and,
you know this is your ex's father, the kid was over there shaking. Oh
bro,
my god, what do I
it
do?
was not my fault. Like there was 3 people behind the counter, and as soon as I'm getting close, the other two just disappear. So it was just him, and I was like, "Whoa, there's nobody else to order. I can't be like, can I get somebody else?" Right? So I was
You
just
could
like, you know
have.
what?
You could
I
have
was
been
like,
that dick. You could have been that father.
I was like, all right, cool. Like, let me just fucking order popcorn. And Ernest told me, don't get popcorn because we just ate. How are we gonna eat now? I'm like, bro,
We were
Suzume is like
all
2 hours.
stuffed. We was all like uncomfortably full.
But you know, like you're at the movies, you
You gotta
want
get
to,
popcorn.
yeah, you gotta get
You
something.
gotta get popcorn.
And we
And
still smashed.
yeah, hell yeah, the popcorn. We smashed the popcorn.
I didn't say shit.
No, I had to 100% jump in there. That was a horrible choice of words. I don't know why
You definitely jumped in there. You definitely jump in there.
Oh,
Okay?
I had to. No. I jumped in to say. No. Oh shit! All right,
Can we keep it PG?
you said it, bro.
Hey, PG left.
I wasn't in a negative mindset. I was talking about the popcorn.
Man.
You're the one who's over here just so.
So the way you said it, there was a little silent, and I was like, wait, I need to jump in real fast and be like the popcorn because it could be interpreted as something else. But yeah, so Ernest, right now, I'll let Ernest tell you about his bartender experience. With the amazing old fashioned that he got for me. But what's it called? So, we get to the movie, and we were the only ones there. It was just us three.
Wait. You're telling it wrong. We rented out a whole movie theater just for us to watch this movie.
Two other people came in later on, and we're like, "Fuck!" I guess they got secret tickets or something. But it was only 5 people in the whole theater, right? So it was us three and these 2 random guys.
And let me ask you something, Dopey. If there's somebody sitting in the room and you walk into a room, it don't matter how big the room is, there's somebody sitting in the room, do you go sit right next to that person or do you?
No.
So tell me why we sitting in the movie theater? They don't come sit right next to us. They sit like right in the same seats we're sitting in, like a row ahead of us, 2 rows ahead of us. Like all of this room, and you want to come sit right here?
Well, depending on the acoustics, of what's it called, of the screen, But just
because we chose right in the middle, and I guess they decided
we're in the middle of everything, like in the middle of the levels, in the middle of the screen. We right
to
here.
be fair, first come first serve. So it's all like, hey man, we chose here. You gotta pick somewhere else. Hey, that end, up in front, up in the back. Just don't be up over here. This is our general square, motherfuckers. 10 feet ruled over here, bitch. Somewhere else, not near us.
All right.
I don't want to hear you talk, and you don't got to hear us talk.
So let's just talk about the movie.
So let's talk. All right, talking about the movie, bro. So I have heard a lot of good things about Suzume. I did not. All I knew about Suzume was it was about closing and opening doors. That's all I knew walking in there. I did not read. I did not look up anything because I wanted to go in not knowing nothing. I seen the trailer. The trailer looked beautiful.
But I just know it has a badass banger song. That's it.
Bro.
I love that
song. Oh, dude. It was. When they played the movie, I was like,
Yeah, I would say it is better with context. Like out of context, just the song itself, great. But with context, like when they're playing it it's like, oh my heart, I get it.
Honestly, that movie was amazing. It's not very actiony, but it does have some action. There is some romance, but it's not heavily. It is one of the. Because I want to say like romance is a big part of it, but it's not like, oh my god, it's so like it's a cutesy, super romantic movie, but there is a lot of romance in it. There is a lot of comedy. Again,
for sure.
Art style. Oh my god, art style is beautiful. Like honestly, it did not feel like it was 2 hours. Like, I did not think I was there for it's going to be there for like it didn't seem like it. Like again, we had just come from finished eating. We're eating popcorn. So you're like, damn, you're gonna get tired. Ernest was like, I'm gonna fall asleep, bro. We did not fall asleep at all. We did
Not
not
at
even get
all.
tired at all, bro.
I'm
That
talking
movie
about it's
was
sitting up on the edge of
good.
your seat. Like it had you completely captivated and in there. Um, it was phenomenal. There is only, for me personally, there's only one con in the
So
entire
this is
thing.
the reason because we talked about the rating for the movie, and he decided he's like, hey, because of this niche I have, I cannot give it a super high rate. I cannot give it 6 beers because of this. And I was like, I understand, but nothing. No. This. I was like, okay. Which, all right. Tell Dopey what it is.
So we come to find out that the main character in the movie, Suzume, is only 16. And she has fallen in love with this guy who has got to be a minimum of at least 22. And everything that happens throughout this entire movie is because of how she feels about him and how she falls in love with him. And essentially, he fell in love with her too. And that particular age gap just don't sit right with me. Like, what?
But he
I,
didn't do anything. He left.
I,
Like
no,
so,
I
the
was
movie
like,
ends. They go their separate ways, and then
I
they're like,
get
"We'll meet
that.
again." You know.
I get that. As you know, as
but they
us right here,
kiss indirectly.
as us
He
here
was a
in the U.S.
chair. It doesn't count.
Yeah, but I'm saying as us here in the USA, we view it differently. But people like especially in Japan, they have different laws or shit like that. So they're being raised differently than us. So they see it in a whole completely different level. So their age gaps they see it differently.
Well,
Or
it's like every anime. Every anime, like the protagonist is always a teenager,
it's
right?
yeah, it has a like that kind of same age gap and shit. I mean, yeah, we see it completely weird, offsided, like it's kind of like fishy, but to them, it's completely normal. I guess it's normal to them. Hey, to each their own. Every fucking country has their own little weird shit. We have our own little weird shit too, but hey,
Yeah, with guns.
Yeah.
exactly, shit.
America and guns is our little weird shit.
Yeah, but
Big weird shit,
yeah,
right? But
but no, yeah, I get what you mean. I get
but
what
yeah,
you mean with that little.
but there. So the movie was amazing,
for
but then
sure.
they do this loop, and when they do this loop, where it's like the ending of the story is in a way the
Not the
beginning of the
ending.
story, yeah, where it's like it goes from point A to point B to point A to point B. I was like, God damn, bro! Like I was not expecting that at first because I didn't think of it right. I was in my like I'm here to watch, enjoy, not be like, oh my god, let me try and solve this mystery. I did it. So when I was hit with that, I was like, I loved it. I really loved it.
I think they're the same creators for Your Name. No, I think they were the same writers as
Uh,
to Your Name, or I forgot what another movie. I can't remember, but I think they're the same writers to Your Name or to another big time movie. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that, but somebody did say that they're the same writers, same creators as to another big time movie. But that movie was a big time blockbuster over there too. But yeah, well, I saw the trailer to that Suzume. Man, that motherfucker looks beautiful. You guys watched it dub or sub?
so we
Watched it
watched it
dub.
dub.
Dub. Nice. I gotta
Yeah,
watch it.
we watched it. So that's why we ended up going to that theater because it was the only one that had it.
Mhm.
Because the other ones were earlier. But so we watched it dub just because we wanted like, all right, you know what? We want to enjoy it. It's a big screen.
Oh, definitely.
To watch it and then read the subtitles. Like if we had no other choice, we were fine with it. But we had the choice. We picked up, bro.
It was
It's
worth
beautiful,
it.
though. Beautiful,
I
yeah,
would say, yeah,
beautiful.
as a person who loves sub, I would say it meant so much to be able to go in there, watch this movie and dub and enjoy it. The voice actors were on point with the tones and everything. Like the American voice actors was great. They captured the tone and the emotions. So I was completely fine with that. And to answer
Beautiful,
to but
beautiful.
to walk back to what you was talking about, Dopey. So yes, the director of Suzume also
It-
directed Your
your
Name.
name,
He
Oh yeah,
directed
yeah.
Weather with You. He directed The Gardens of the World,
yep,
Children Who
Oh,
Chase Lost Voice. Like this director has done some amazing work.
to whether you. I seen that one. That one was beautiful too. I seen that one. The graphics on that one, the man, that was a beautiful story as well. Your Name, I seen that one. That one was amazing. So as soon as I found out about Suzume, man, I've been wanting to watch that one.
bro. Yeah,
And
I
just because of the
highly
banger
recommend
song,
it,
yeah, just
bro.
because of the banger ass
Oh,
song, bro, I gotta watch it.
it comes out in a perfect time of the movie. I was just like, yo, I'm not gonna get this song stuck out of my head for a while. It
Oh man,
is,
as soon as I heard, the trailer for it, I automatically downloaded on my phone. I'm like,
bro. It is a fucking amazing
when
soundtrack.
I'm at work, bro, I put that bitch on. I'm over there working and listening to that song.
All right,
Yeah,
Mr. Ernest, what would you rate Suzume
I would rate Suzume 4 beers and a shot
out of 6?
out of 6. 4 beers and a shot.
Okay, interesting. Honestly, I'm gonna go 5.
oh,
I think I definitely
it's
think
up there.
it's up there. I don't think it's 100% perfect, but it is fantastic. It and I just liked it that I went in there without knowing nothing about it because I didn't want to, and all I knew is like it's gonna be involving doors, right?
Right.
And
So
you know me, I go in there with no expectations at all and just be blown away. That's how you can enjoy all movies, except for Power Rangers movie, I guess.
well, I mean, you kind of had not expectations,
Yeah,
but
that's true.
you knew
Like,
what it was
yeah,
gonna be.
I couldn't not understand. Like, I couldn't go in there with no expectations. It's Power Rangers. I grew up watching. I know the nostalgia. So no matter how much I lowered my expectations of what this movie was going to present, it still got worse.
Oh,
It still undershot where I'm going. And then, look, just be happy it got a 2.
All right, moving on to the next ones. I'm gonna do them as a group. You could do them individually. Now, the reason why is these are two movies that you could watch in any particular order, and the way you watch them
it'll
will
give you a different
yeah,
story.
it'll give you a different story. Or it'll be like, damn, you'll think differently of the movies, right? So at first I was like, okay, I let's see how it works. But watching the second one, I could see how you would kind of be like, damn, it is a different story based on the chronological way you watch them. So there is no certain way to watch them, but so one of them is to me the one who loved you, and the other one is to every you I loved, to every you I've loved before. Now the way we watched it, we watched to every you I loved before. Then afterwards, we watched to me the one who loved you. That was the way we watched them, right? Because we're like, hey, how do we want to watch them? This and this, and Ernest's like, you know what? Let's watch this one first, and I think we went based off of the fucking cover of the picture or something. So we're like, all right, cool, let's watch it this way. And
No,
I no,
the reason I'm gonna tell you why we watched it that way. We watched it that way because you said to every you I loved before first. That is literally the only reason.
oh, okay,
When you literally the only reason we watched it first is because that was the first one you
because I
said.
read that's what I read first.
That's the way
Okay,
you read them off, which I'm
so
not mad at though.
and it's funny because I'm looking at the exact same thing I was reading at the time was a Crunchyroll, and it
And you read
says
it the
to
other
every you
way.
I loved before, and to me the one who loved you, connected to the anime movies from Crunchyroll. So it's exact same way I read it. So that's why we watched it that way. But I feel like I am very happy we watched it in that order. Um, just
Absolutely.
because. So I feel like as a whole, like if we were to rate both movies, right? Honestly, I would probably go. I would go 4.5, right? If
Wait,
I
wait,
if
wait.
I,
So you said
as
rating
a
this
whole,
as a whole, the
yeah,
whole thing.
as a whole thing, I would probably do 4.5, but close to 5. So like 4.5, 4.75. We can't do that, so we're gonna do 4.5, right? Depends which way you want to round it off, down or bottom, right? Now, if we were to dissect it and be like, all right,
Wait,
what
wait, wait, wait. Before you go that far, let me say my rating for the entire thing is a 6 out of 6.
a 6 out of 6, the whole thing?
6 out of 6. Beers.
Okay.
6 out of 6.
So I'll say this: the only reason why I'm not going 6 is because I actually summed up my two ratings and I averaged it out. But yeah, you're right. If if you do
Nah,
it as a whole series, it's definitely a
six out of
5
six
to a 6. Like
for sure.
it is that good, dopey. I you definitely need to watch these again. Any order you want. I recommend the order we watched it in.
No, I'm gonna watch it the other
The
way
other way
now.
around, bro.
Yeah,
Go
Go
for
ahead,
it.
bro. Go ahead, dude. Because
because I mean that was so we could what's it called? At least trade notes on what
I
we thought
mean,
about it in a
that's
different
fair.
way.
Yeah.
yeah. When that's fair. I seen people that did that, right? Where they're like, "Hey, I'm gonna watch it this way. I got somebody watching it the other way. We're gonna see
Exchange notes.
yeah, like
How
what we
we
think."
deciphered on yeah, definitely.
And as watching the second one, I can see from the other perspective if you watched it the other way around. And I was like, "Oh shit!" Now, to me, this out of the two of them, there is one that is a lot better than the other one. Now they're both amazing and fantastic movies, but one is definitely a 6 out of 6, 100%, 6 out of 6
By itself.
by itself. If there was
Ah.
no other movie, it would have still been a 6 out of 6. I'm not gonna tell you which one it is because I don't want you to watch that one first, or and what's it called? Just because of the rating.
Right.
And the other one, I feel like the other one is probably a 4.5. 4.5, maybe 5. Like flirted with 5. Again, it's still a great movie, but it's the other one is just slightly better. But are these great movies? They are fucking fantastic movies, bro. Like we
So
watched them all the way up to like almost it was like I think we started watching around 10.
yeah, and we
We
stopped watching it like
it was like 1
1
in the
o'clock in
morning,
the
one
club.
thirty.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
We
So
split
because
shit.
it was back to back, bro. We're like,
Yeah,
hey,
it was like
back
So
to
it was a
nonstop.
good
back,
Like
bro.
also it was a good
there
three
is no
hours and a half.
reconvening.
Bro, it was, dude. But it is. They are
But it
amazing,
was two
bro.
movies. So yeah, but it was good. And I would say, without telling you which ones, of my ratings, like you said, there's a clear favorite. Would be 5. It wouldn't be the whole 6, and that's only because it was cliffhanger. Like if it would have completely wrapped it up,
Well, I
then
mean, yes, of course.
because they
So it
want you to
left the cliffhanger because you can watch the other one.
exactly. So and for me, that's why it doesn't get a full
So,
6 out of 6.
but that's the thing. Both have cliffhangers
Yes, they
because
both have cliffhangers.
they don't know how you're gonna watch it, right?
I
So,
agree.
so
What
that's
I
why
let me
they
say
both
this:
need to have it.
they don't necessarily both. So it's not two cliffhangers. It's a they when you watch
No,
it
technically,
fully.
then technically they would both have
Yeah,
cliffhangers,
I guess they
So they
technically
both have
they
would,
both,
cliffhangers, but
but
if
they
you
but
both
watch,
you can
technically
watch
also
them
both have
both.
endings.
yeah. So they both have cliffhangers, which
Yes.
is gonna get you like, damn, I need to watch the other one so I can
Yeah.
understand it. What you want once you watch both, even on the second movie that you watch, on its
They wrap up
cliffhanger, it
almost
it
every
wraps
story
up.
point.
It wrapped up perfectly with the other cliffhanger because it's
Yeah.
like both cliffhangers are one ending. So that's why. So like I understand what like so that's why it's like yes the ending cliffhangers, but it's because they were designed that way, which
Yes.
I fucking love that shit, bro. Like, are you telling me you give me half an ending and then I'm just like the fuck is going
So
on?
I
The fuck is going on?
I guess that's my thing. So my 5 is because they didn't with the cliffhanger, you didn't wrap up all the story endings. And if you're a standalone, I need you to wrap up all of your loose ends. Tie in all of these different storylines that you had going on. So for example, there was this one saying that you wouldn't understand until you watch the other movie. That it was like this chick was saying this one thing that you would never understand until once you watch it. Then they don't even acknowledge it in the second movie.
They don't.
You just have to be paying attention to draw it back to the other one. Like, oh, this is what she meant from the other movie,
bro.
And it goes by so quick. Like you have to pay attention to the detail. For that reason is why I loved it, the entire thing. So again, going back to rating, one of them is a for sure 5. The other one for me was I think I said 3.5, 4.
You said 4.
3.5, 4.
You said 4 and then
Somewhere
5 for the other one.
Yeah.
So like as individuals,
standalone, yeah.
But he said as a whole
altogether
it's a 6. Bro,
for sure.
So I'll agree. Together they are 6 to me. So yes, there's a cliffhanger with 1. So I feel like 1 is a cliffhanger, and 1 it rushes through a certain part of the movie because if you watch that one, you're like, why is it so rushed? Like this
it's like
part,
a montage.
Right? Yeah, it's like a montage.
It's
a
montage.
It's a montage out of context. Because you have no fucking clue what's happening, right? You're like, oh, okay, like, oh, well, this is happening now. You watch the other movie, you're like, oh shit, this is the montage, bro. You feel like you're like, man, like it feels like an Inception movie. Yeah, it feels like an Inception, just like, bro, this, bro, that. Oh my god, like I'm gonna tell you like this, they are amazing. Like I don't care which order you watch them, just watch these 2 movies.
One of the things that drew me into these movies the most was the concept that they were playing with. So there's a concept of parallel universes and time travel and how they all wrap it in together. And they really talk about the science of how everything is interacting. So the world building and for them, the depth they went into with the knowledge that they had is what really made me appreciate the movie. Like as a nerd,
that's what really brought you in.
That reached to my nerd heart. That hit me right in the nerd side. It fucked being a geek. That nerd, it was like, the science behind that. So I can get with it.
To summarize, because they show the trailer, so it's not like giving anything away. Like for right now, Dopey, you're right. Right now, you're sitting here.
I've never seen the trailer for that one. Okay. So I remember the first time when you told me about it, when you told us about it. So yeah.
Let's say right now we're doing a podcast, and all of a sudden,
we're doing a podcast.
No, wait. So what you just said is exactly what would happen. Like, it's funny because, so like the concept of it is there's parallel universes. So you and all the yous in those parallel universes, you guys travel to another parallel universe, but it's just like your subconscious, right?
Right.
So like right now we're talking to you. All of a sudden, you could go somewhere else, and that person, that you from that parallel universe comes here, so you would have no fucking clue what's happening, because it's nothing like your life, right? It could be different. It could be a whole bunch of shit, right? And the way they did it is every time you make a choice, another parallel universe opens, because it's another
multiverse
thing that could happen. Yeah.
So yeah, multiverse theory.
So it's all that, and it's a way.
Don't say that like you. I feel like you said
no,
that
the way that Miguel's explaining it right now.
I know your frame of reference, but you said that like you were sitting in the Marvel, like when Spider-Man was like, "Oh, so the multiverse theory, yeah, like it's real. Like,
I was actually
in high school." Like,
no, I was actually saying it like Trunks. Yeah, multiverse theory.
I just seen it. It was like Spider-Man. And he was like, "Oh, y'all know about the multiverse?" And it was like, "Yeah, they be teaching this in high school." Yeah.
so like that's the concept of the movie, right? And the concept of the movie is, how do you know when you're here, when you're not there, and how do you track it? How does it impact your life? And like, can you go to another parallel universe?
Right. Intentionally.
So like that's in essence, the main concept of both movies, because technically it's only one movie. That's the concept of the movie. And then from there, it is love stories that are encapsulated with that. So it is amazing. Everybody that's listened to this episode, go watch these movies. I do not care what order you watch these. You are gonna love them. Um, the only thing that could make it better was if you were eating popcorn, which I knew I should have saved the popcorn from the theater, but I
I
was
had
like,
to.
no, it's a yeah. Ernest said like you don't want to take it with you. I was like, bro, it's like I'm almost done with it, and I could ask for a refill, but I still gotta go ask the same guy. Hey, can I get a refill? Right? So I was like, no, let me just throw them out. Right? I was like, I'm full, but bro,
Also, to whoever had to clean up that theater after we left, Miguel did it. Don't ask questions. Just know Miguel did it.
so there's 5 people in the theater. 5. I'm gonna tell you like this: that theater, it looked like there was at least 25, 30 people because there was popcorn everywhere. There was a
Remember,
shit of
guys, that we're
stuff. I was
talking
like,
about smashing and jumping on. So I mean, and Miguel
smashing
was talking.
popcorn.
Oh,
We had
you
we
know,
had it. We had a underage companion, which was my child. So there was nothing like that happening. It was just us eating popcorn, and those seats were kind of uncomfortable. So when you put the popcorn down in a seat, like it would just like kind of flip over and it would just spill everywhere.
just two lovers taking their adopted daughter to the theaters. I mean, hey, it's perfectly fine. It's 2023.
Hey,
It happens. It's
hey,
okay.
he took me on a nice day. What can I say,
Hey, he splurged on you, boy.
bro? He did, bro. Like I got to see 3 amazing movies,
I can see you
right?
blushing right now.
Right,
Three amazing.
like
He said, look,
3 amazing movies. Like I got to like it was like amazing ramen. Honestly, it was a great time, and I highly recommend for people to watch these movies. All 3 movies. Well, technically we said 4, right? Watch all 4 movies. No, no. What
That's right. Watch
if
out
you
for
grew up watching
Power
the Mighty
Rangers.
Morphin Power Rangers, watch the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger movies. We got support. It is a good nostalgia. Don't expect much of it.
Don't,
Watch.
don't expect even less. Like, don't expect much, and then drop that even down a little bit more.
uh, Definitely watch Suzume. It's an amazing movie. I highly recommend it. It is definitely a movie you could watch in theaters and actually feel like you know what this was a great purchase. You know, like a great experience to go see it.
Right.
Um, now, uh, so to every you I love, and to me, the one who loved you. These are 2 movies that I highly, highly recommend for people to watch because these are amazing. They're on Crunchyroll, so anybody with the Crunchyroll subscription can watch these movies. I once again definitely watch these movies. Amazing movies. Um, and I mean, I had heard about the hype behind them, but I can't believe it was actually true. Though, like it's very rare when the hype is
It's
true.
actually real.
And again, with these 2 movies together, it's definitely a 6 out of 6. Individually, it could be between a 4 and a 5 for each one. But amazing movies, great movies, dude. Definitely watch them. We're gonna expect Dopey to watch at least one of the 4 movies we talked about, and
I'll get on
I
it.
bet he's gonna go watch Power Rangers.
It's only a 50-minute movie.
It is a 15-minute movie, but I'll tell you this: once you watch the 2 movies on Crunchyroll, when you watch one, you're gonna get stuck. You're gonna be like, I need to watch the second one
Oh no, most definitely. Most
because
definitely.
yeah. But yeah. Let's see. Other than that, that is all we have for today. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. You can find everything at geekstudios.com. Also, make sure to join us. We are going to start streaming soon up again. We are going to stream on Twitch. We are going to try and raise money for Low Risk Children's Hospital of Chicago. All links can be found on the website. For those that did hear on the last episode, the three of us did agree if we make 5,000, we're shaving our heads. Still not excited about that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really trying to push for a buzz cut at least. Because I was like, damn, bro, like I need to show up to work, and bro, like I don't know if I could walk in there looking like Mr. Clean or like
Hey, it's for a good
Oh yeah.
cause.
it is for an amazing cause.
So
That is the reason why I am saying yes, but oh my god, I just hate shaving my head.
I mean, I don't blame you.
My
And we will
hair.
stream this. And we will stream
Oh,
this.
We're not
I'm-
streaming the haircut, but I mean,
It's proof,
we-
man.
we're all
It's
gonna be
proof.
right there, just like, hey, what's up? It'll be on StreamYard. We're all just gonna be shaving our head together, like, hey, how you doing? Fuck, I cut myself, right?
It's not that difficult, man. It's not that difficult.
I've never shaved my head, so I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna have to get one of those like those razors that you put in between your fingers to do it. Those fancy ones. Because I've never done it, and I'm scared but excited to be able to help, and all we're trying to do is just be a little bit more like Tank. That's all we're trying to do.
hashtag we like Tank.
But yeah, I think that is it for us. Thank you for everybody that tuned in. As always, follow us on all social media. Leave a comment, subscribe. We are posting these on YouTube as well now, so you'll be able to find us in more platforms. We will be streaming again soon. Once again, we're also doing this. We're still doing the fundraiser, and we're also going to start going to more conventions. We are starting to partner up with some other conventions, trying to see what's best for everybody. And we do know that for sure we'll be at LodgeCon again. I think that's one that everybody's looking forward to.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, thank you guys, and we will see you guys on the next episode.
All right.
My hair, my hair. All right, bye.